Wanna shake up the status quo, rock the boat, break a few eggs?
Well, you've come to the right place. KaoticRadio.com.
All right. We are back. Heel Talk Radio on KaoticRadio.com. I am your most excellent host, the 5-card stud, Jeff Maverick. And with me, back from Los Angeles, watching the Lakers finally win one.
Nice.
No fucks given, Cole Dawson.
Yes, sir. And how was your week?
My week was very uneventful, actually. Lots of work, lots of... being at home playing video games.
Yeah, I did that. Well, see, I had that because I had the opposite problem. I work outdoors, and this week in Southern California, there was this watery stuff falling from the sky, and we can't do anything when it's when there's a torrential downpour.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was like out of nowhere. Here comes El Nino.
Yeah. Like literally enough in the last 2 weeks that our drought is pretty much over for 70% of the state.
Awesome. So check it out. We're not in a desert climate anymore.
Oh, we still are, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's a ton of snow, so I think the reservoirs are going to fill back up, and that's a good thing. And then maybe we can actually have some grass and stuff in the following year.
What grass?
Oh,
grass,
yeah.
You say?
Yeah, well, our wonderful government won't allow us to use water still because they'll still say we're in a drought. But, yeah, it looks like we're going to be back to normal. It's good times.
I'd like to see them try to tell me what to do.
Well, I mean, they don't care. They'll let you do it. They're just going to charge you triple for the water.
Yeah, it happens.
They're not going to, come put a restrictor plate.
How was the game?
The game was fantastic. I took my oldest daughter, Autumn. This is our third venture down to see a Laker game. I got a hair up my butt a couple years. I've never been to a Laker game in my life. I've been a Lakers fan since I was 8 years old, watching, actually maybe even before that. But I was seeing Magic Johnson. I was hooked, man.
Well,
I couldn't get
man.
enough.
I mean, he's the man.
Well, yeah, but then I was a fan through the Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, awkward years in there too.
Okay.
Vlade Divac.
You know what, dude? Nick Van Exel was the reason I started watching pro basketball.
Oh yeah, he was fantastic.
He was amazing.
To watch.
Nick Van Exel, Robert Horry.
Oh yeah,
Rick Fox.
Yep.
I freaking love Rick Fox.
And he's a fantastic actor. I really don't think he gets enough credit. He's fun and everything. He did a shot on the show Shameless.
Yeah,
he was fantastic playing a cocaine snorting barbershop proprietor.
Did you ever see the movie Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh yeah,
and he was one of the main characters, and that's when he was still playing for the Lakers.
Yeah, but what? Oh no, John Sally was the guy in that game who was playing the old guy on the team. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I love that movie. That was in my heyday.
I love John Sally too.
Yeah, that was in my heyday of watching basketball. That was when I would watch every game that was on TV. But so this was our third time. But I got a hair up my ass. I'm like, I need to go to a Lakers game and see Kobe live before he retires. Because it finally sunk in. He's not going to be around forever. So a couple years ago, I got tickets for Christmas, and then he got hurt. So we didn't end up getting to see him, but just the Clippers beating them by 40 points, which was fantastic. And then last year we got to see him. He played well. It was great. He had a big comeback in the fourth quarter, and they lost. So this time we got to see them win, and we got a little fight, which was fantastic.
Awesome.
We had a little wrestling action on the court.
Rodman came out and
not
dropped
quite,
a leg. Karl Malone came out and DDP or diamond cuttered somebody.
No, we got a shoulder tackle and then a forearm, and then everyone broke it up. It was pretty sweet, and then double ejection, and then after that, it was basically the Heat's best player was injured. Then their second best player, Goran Dragic, got into a fight with Jordan Clarkson, and then they both got ejected, and then it was just the floodgates opened, and the Lakers went up by 30, and then the game was over.
To be fair, when you were just name dropping the fuck out of stuff right there, you were literally just saying words at me.
I know.
I don't know these people anymore, man. I haven't sat down and watched a legit basketball game in close to 10 years. Same thing with football. I just have no interest.
Well, I not necessarily name dropping for you, but for the people that some of our listeners that may actually
yeah, they probably do watch
that don't have vaginas that actually watch man things.
Man things. Fuck off. I watch wrestling.
Again, we just talked at the parking lot about how wrestling is the gayest thing.
Okay, we get it. Fuck off. Damn, dude.
Wrestling is for comic book nerds.
You're fucking salty tonight, man.
No, hey, I love wrestling. It's just another one of my nerd things.
I'm just gonna start calling you Saltine, bro. You're the saltiest motherfucker here.
No fucks given.
I know, douchebag.
But we had a lot of fun. The kind of the coolest part of the game was there was a couple sitting next to us, and the dude, and they were younger. They're in their early 20s, and the dude was a Heat fan, and so he was sitting there. Because they were playing the Miami Heat, and so he had a LeBron James, Heat shirt on and his hat, and he was getting more and more irritated as the game was going on, and he just kept sinking lower and lower into his seat. Well, his girl, who happened to be absolutely drop dead gorgeous, by the way, just insanely hot, and was dressed fantastically to fit the LA motif. And so I enjoyed that because, my daughter was sitting next to me between them. So I kept using my daughter as an excuse to perv on the 20-year-old hot chick. But anyway.
That's horrible, dude.
But they were really cool, and they were talking and having fun, and she was really nice, and the dude was cool. And he even said good game on the way out, and he wasn't a poor sport. But towards the end of the game, the Lakers have this gimmick for the people at Staples Center. If you got a ticket, the Lakers win, and they hold the opponent to under 100 points. They give free Jack in the Box tacos to everyone, so you can go get 2 free tacos.
Okay.
So we're about halfway through the fourth quarter.
Basically gave you $1. Go ahead.
Yes, but free food tastes better than food you paid for, so it is what it is. But so we're getting to it's halfway through the quarter, and his girl starts talking in dude, stop being selfish. I want free tacos. Your team's gonna lose. They're down by 30. You might as well get tacos. And that was all he cared about. He literally stayed till the end just to try to see if they would score 100. And there was they only needed 10 points with 8 minutes left. There's a lot of basketball left. I'm there's no way that we're winning tacos tonight. But I explained to Autumn the thing, so then she was super excited for tacos at the end of the game. And it came down to the last minute. They could not score. All of a sudden the Heat could not buy a basket. And so just towards the end of the game, that was going on. And then they put in Ron Artest, who you probably have heard of.
I love me some Ron Artest.
Currently known as Meta World Peace. Yeah.
Meta World Peace.
And so the crowd loses their shit every time they say Meta World Peace.
Jibba jabba. Kitty cat.
Yeah. And so it was really cool.
Oh, hey, look, it's about fucking time, Batman.
Oh, our mighty co-host is walking in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He had a little bit of traffic.
This guy was not Ron Time.
No, he was not on Ron Time today. You're going to be on with that one right there.
You're going to be on number tray. So how you doing, Mr. Ron?
I am fantastical now that I'm here.
Scoot over a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, we'll just throw these chairs out the way.
Yeah, let's just throw them around.
Yeah, our guest is coming in on the phone tonight, so we don't have to worry about him.
Fantastic.
Love that guy, though. Ron, how was your week?
Perfect. Glad it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Okay. Yeah, but we don't get no Urkel.
No.
No Urkel, no step-by-step.
Not anymore.
Damn it. That's a show that they need to fucking bring back on Netflix.
Did I read somewhere that they're trying to bring back TGIF? Thank God on TV.
They have brought back TGIF, but it is not the TGIF we knew and love.
No, I know. It's obviously new shows, but
our TGIF was fun, wholesome family comedies. The TGIF they have now is Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, see, that's stupid. It needs to be comedies for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Modern Family type shows would be great for TGIF.
Dude, that show's my jam right there.
Oh, I love that show. Al Bundy, but more mature. It's great.
He is awesome. Him and that the other guy, Ty Burrell's character, Phil Dunphy.
Oh man, he's the guy. If you're watching Archer all the time, we're not doing phrasing anymore, guys. Every show, he says the most inappropriate thing ever. It's great.
Yes,
I know I'm way behind, but I just recently finished The Office, and
oh nice.
Now I'm about to finish Parks and Rec. And
Parks and Rec is amazing. Never watched a single episode of The Office.
Oh, you'll love it.
I hear it's great, but it wasn't my jam. Not because of Steve Carell, because I love Steve Carell. cannot stand John Krasinski.
Dude, he's so good on that show.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because
Dude,
I
all
feel
the
he may
pranks,
be a whiny bitch.
all the pranks. No, absolutely not. He's the exact opposite of that on the show. He's like the office prankster. And there's a character on the show, Dwight Schrute.
That's
yeah.
Rainn Wilson.
Yes.
I know Dwight.
He's amazing.
Okay.
He's the best part of the show, but he's like one of those guys that doesn't have a sense of humor really. He's like really literal about everything, so they mess with him constantly. He's like that dude who's like the good employee who always shows up on time. And
Have you seen the movie, I want to say it's called Superhero with Rainn Wilson?
Super, yes.
Super,
Yeah.
yes. Have you seen this flick?
No.
Basically, Rainn Wilson, super nerd, decides to become a superhero.
Great.
And beats people about the head and shoulders with a wrench.
Shut up, crime.
That's amazing.
And gets to bang Juno.
Sweet.
She rapes him.
No, I've seen the other
Nice.
movie that he's in where he's like a rock star, where he thinks he's a rock
You mean
star.
the movie
yeah.
Rockstar?
Yeah, sure. Is that what it's called?
The rocker.
The rocker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. That one is pretty funny too, but
Sorry. The rocker, the spocker, the
and
shocker.
the shocker. This guy.
Sorry.
This guy. I prefer the penguin.
Oh. We call that the Muppet.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Whatever you want, or the bowling ball. That's
Bowling.
That's how I roll.
Ventriloquist.
The bowling ball.
You just gotta do it. You just gotta make him talk.
All right. So that escalated rather quickly. Let's go ahead and let's steer that boat back to
Good thing we're streaming on YouTube now, right?
Mike, are we streaming on YouTube?
Yes, we are.
All right. Hey, everybody on
good.
YouTube.
So they got that inappropriateness. That's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, Ron, turn around and say hi to YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah. All right. So there it is.
Yeah, so now you guys can watch us as well as listen to us, although I feel like if they turn us on the TV, they might turn us off.
They might. In fact, I almost guarantee it. Our show is 1 metric ton of sexiness. So
I can see that.
yeah,
Yeah, we got bodies for radio, gentlemen.
definitely.
And apparently the back of heads for YouTube.
Nice.
Do you have one of those smiley face creases in the back of your head, Ron?
Oh.
I ought to.
Do
That'd be
you? Because
great.
my brother, he's not my real brother, just my best friend, 6'7", 385, and he's got the rolls on the back of his head to where when
Nice.
they get together, it looks like 2 eyes and a smiley face.
Yes.
Nice.
It is crazy awesome.
Looks like a pack of hot dogs.
The neck.
Oh,
the neck
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, I love that guy, Big James. He's probably listening to us right now. So I'm going to get a good thrashing when I get home.
It's all good. It's all good. We're all fat here, so it's okay.
Yes.
That's what so that he feels better. That's what my stomach looks like now when I sit down since I had the weight loss surgery, and like I got this extra pouch here, so I got like the smiley face stomach going.
Okay,
on.
I got to ask you, is it like Adam Sandler in Click?
It-
Can you flap it?
It's not that dramatic, but I got a little bit of that going on.
Okay.
I got a little bit of that going on. But that's
Well,
loose skin does that.
Let's go ahead and since we are on a wrestling show, let's gear this towards wrestling. Ron, I hear you have a match coming up soon.
There will be an appearance coming up at AOW.
Okay.
Yeah, their yearly show Unleashed is coming January 22nd, and yeah, you better be there.
Plain and simple.
We got Mike Knox versus the new heavyweight champion.
I was going to
Bad
throw
dude
that
Tito.
out there right now, dude. I love Mike Knox, or Nux if you were a Aces and Eights fan. I don't think there are any out there
He prefer
other
yeah,
than myself.
Yeah,
I
he
do. I
probably
love
prefer not that.
yeah.
I liked the Aces and Eights at first, but
Well, yeah, it was a good idea to begin with.
and then Tito, Tito, he is what he is, man. That guy's a bad dude.
Tito's
kind of
fun to watch. I'm a fan of Tito.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time too.
Yeah, and it makes me think, why not more? Why? I mean, he's only getting booked in like 2 different places right now, 3, and it's kind of bugging. I should probably turn it down.
Party
Boo.
foul. Party foul.
Wait,
Weren't
yeah,
she
but
giving me
we
shit
got
last week
tweeted,
about this?
so
Oh, someone tweeted about us. That's fantastic.
we got tweeted.
We probably
Hey,
got shared by some of our super loyal fans on Facebook.
Yay!
yeah, man. I freaking shared a tweet for the first time in God knows how long, and
Awesome.
it went freaking it's hit at least 300 people now, so I'm good with that.
It's
So
reaching.
that hopefully those 300 people are listening to our shenanigans and hijinks.
You're reaching people, bro.
Hey, It's what I do. It's what I do.
I used to think that like a couple hundred people were fantastic until my sister had a Vine that got posted and it had like 3 million views in like 4 hours. Then I was like, okay,
all right. To be
couple
fair,
hundred
your
people.
sister's way hotter than us and does way cooler shit than we do.
Fair enough.
I mean, that is what it is. Your sister's goddamn Candice LeRae,
Yeah.
the most famous women's wrestler in the world.
Not in WWE.
Yeah.
She just got to wrestle the I can't think of the name of it, but the doll, the wrestling doll.
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
What is that? Yukuri or some
Yes,
shit
yeah,
like that?
yeah.
The one that. Oh wait, no, we're talking about the one that's
DDT Pro.
currently touring with Grado and Colt Cabana. Okay.
Maybe, but yeah, as my sister got flown, they paid for her flight to fly her halfway around the world to pay her $200 to wrestle, to fake fight a blow up doll is basically her life right now.
That is legit, dude. I mean, come on. But I bet you she made that fucking doll look great. She put that doll over like $1 million
I'm
fucking
sure
bucks.
she did. I'm sure she did.
She probably turned down a handful of its ideas too.
Fucking no sold the choke slam.
Like, we're not doing that doll. That's stupid.
To me, like I feel like it's a little bit of an honor to get to wrestle the doll because like you can't put a shit wrestler in with a doll and expect the match to be entertaining at all.
Well,
Like,
the amount of trust that goes into, hey, we're gonna trust you to wrestle this inanimate object and entertain our thousands of people doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, not everybody could be Kenny Omega, but your sister
Yeah.
pulled it off like a fucking champ.
Well, yeah, because the three I know that I've seen do it, or now, well, I haven't seen Candice do it yet, but the two I've seen do it is Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. So what a lineup to be standing next to. Good for her,
right?
Exactly.
Speaking of that, did you finally watch Wrestle Kingdom yet?
I saw the main event.
Okay, so you did finally watch Okada and Omega
I saw that match. Awesome.
put on a fucking clinic, right?
I want to see the rest of it though, because I need to.
It is airing. I will DVR it. I have it set up. They're breaking it up into 4 parts and putting it on Access TV, and it is set on my DVR to record, so the whole show will be on.
Awesome. I have looked up a tutorial on how to sign up for New Japan World because that is happening. It is so happening.
Oh, after that, you definitely have to. That match was...
Just text Vince. Vince has already signed up.
Really?
Yeah.
He needs to put a YouTube video out there.
Dude, that match was off the fucking chain. I actually watched it again at work the other day.
Yeah.
Normally, and Cole here will attest to this. He and I usually shit all over matches that do like the 6 of the same finisher to beat the guy. Just ask any Rock Austin match or just watch any Rock Austin match.
Yeah.
And those
I'll
matches,
totally go and ask a Rock Austin match that.
go watch it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been shit all over on by us.
Yeah, but that story was told very well physically, and I was okay with the how many times he. I don't know the name of the move, but he clotheslined him so many times to beat him.
the Rainmaker.
Rainmaker.
So good, and they always go to the wide angle shot. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so really quick tidbit. If you are a Tekken fan, the new Tekken game comes out, and King, the dude with the tiger mask, is going to be dressed as Okada. A couple of the guys are going to be dressed in the Bullet Club stuff.
I saw pictures of that in my Game Informer magazine.
I thought that was kind of cool. They have like a little partnership going on with...
Yeah, New Japan is back on top. They are the second biggest wrestling promotion on the planet.
Well, they got shows coming out in Long Beach in July. So
yes,
we're going.
Yep,
we're going. Okay,
they are talking about doing one of their major events there, part of the G1 Climax. Which is fantastic. I mean, it would be insane to go to. It's the premier heavyweight tournament of the year.
So start applying for media passes is what you're saying. Okay,
good luck with that.
Got it. No. It's going to happen. I will apply for them whether or not we get them.
Yes, you might as well. You might as well give it a shot.
I'm really bad at getting PWG tickets, so I don't even know if I'm going to go to that one.
Bro, I have gone a few times, and those shows are always amazing. They're some of the best wrestling that you will see in Southern California.
Well, I got a buddy that lives on the East Coast. That's just he only knows WWE, and he's a party guy. I was like, dude, we got to go to a PWG show. You haven't even seen wrestling yet.
Yeah,
bro.
So I'm trying to get tickets to any of them because you could really just go to any of them and just know. What
it's gonna be great.
Well, okay, so here's what you do. Talk to Hot Tub Guy. I know that guy's been sucking off somebody to get tickets to all these damn shows.
No, you know what?
Just
They do the online. He probably sits like this is if you want to be guaranteed to get PWG tickets, you have to be on your computer and make sure that you have like seriously fast internet. And as soon as they go on sale, hit enter and get your tickets. Like that's they sell half their tickets. I think is about half, roughly. I think. Online, and then you just have to get there 5 hours before the show if you want to wait in line.
Well,
to get
the
a
last
ticket.
the last few shows they haven't even been doing at the door tickets.
Oh, really?
Good for them.
Because all their shit sells out online, like within days.
Well,
That's awesome.
Usually the 200 tickets sell out within hours.
Yeah.
Like they're insane, and I can't believe they won't find a bigger venue. Like it's absolutely insane to me. They could easily double their audience there live. But, I mean, I understand kind of the logistical things. They have a perfect, it's perfect there for them. They can do whatever they want, and it's great. But, I mean, seriously, man, you can, like, triple your audience quickly.
Shit, dude. IWL did a show at the VFW in Monrovia. Mm-hmm. We lit Eric Cross on fire. We were never allowed to come back ever again. I have seen people get lit on fire in that PWG ring at the VFW in Reseda, and they are welcomed back with open arms.
No, as I say, they literally can do no wrong there. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
What venue is going to allow them to be them?
Well, but, I mean, they don't do a lot of stupid shit. I mean, obviously, if you're going to have a guerrilla warfare match or whatever, that's fine. But, I mean, just for your big shows, the DDT and Battle of Los Angeles, like, do those at bigger venues so that more people can get out and see your product.
I definitely agree on that one, man. I've been wanting to go to the Battle of Los Angeles for the last few years. Have not been able to go.
I went to, like, the first 4.
I was able to go to the DDT, though, which is always my favorite show because, as we know, I love tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
So, tag team tournament, fuck yeah.
And you're talking about like the 16 best wrestlers that you can find on the independents, and they put them in a tournament.
2
It's
days
amazing.
worth.
Yeah,
2
insane.
days.
But my favorite thing that PWG does, and they don't do it as much as they used to, is the crazy clusterfuck 8-man or 10-man or 6-man tags that they just go insane and let the guys be artists and do whatever they want and explore, whatever it is that they think might be entertaining and get over. I wish I could go to PWG all the time, but like the only time I ever go to PWG now, because basically at this point in my life, I refuse to pay to go to anything but WWE and only to take my kids. But even the last WWE show I went to, I got in for free. So
we all did.
Yes, but so the only time I go to PWG is like when they need tables or something, and then I deliver them and I get to sit on the stage for free. That's like the only way I'll go to PWG. But my sister doesn't like to ask for comps because they do literally sell out every show. So
yeah. I mean, shit, dude, I had to have Luke sit on my shoulders at the last show that we went to.
Yes.
Yeah,
while I was standing in the very back. So
the 3 PWGs I've been to were for free. So that's why I have no idea how to buy tickets for them.
Go online.
Yeah, go on their website.
Actually, I want to go to AWS's next show. I believe it's coming up on like, I should have looked it up before I came down. But they're having the Rise tournament.
Yeah,
which is all women's wrestling, and I do enjoy women's matches when Bart puts them together because he does tend to get talented women wrestlers to come in and do it.
Yeah, the last women's tournament I went to at AWS was really good. I was really pleasantly surprised that he was able to find at least 10 of the 16 females that could really work. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's damn near impossible to find that many females that really, really are good. To get them to come to a small independent show. Like Shimmer is pretty good. I mean, most of the girls at Shimmer can work and they're good. It's just, but I mean, a 16 woman tournament is just damn near impossible.
Is there a complete list available?
There is. I'm actually looking it up as we speak. I know that they've got some women's wrestlers on there that Cole does like. Mm-hmm. Freaking Jen Lufisto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is going to be on the show. Fucking Hudson Envy.
She is beautiful. It's okay. You can perv on the microphone a little bit. It's okay,
you
Ron.
can.
You don't have
Your
to.
wife ain't listening to this show.
Oh no, she knows how I feel, and no, it's because I work with her a lot, so in the same locker room. So
Lufisto?
being respectful, but
Bro,
she is beautiful.
It's okay to say she's beautiful. Just don't say, God, she's so hot. I want to like put things in her butt. That's when we go disrespectful. And I'm not saying that because
God damn it,
You
Ron.
did say that.
I'm
He
not.
did say
I'm
that.
not. I'm just as an example. I would not be disrespectful to her because she's had some fantastic matches with my
No,
sister.
yeah, she's
and-
brutal. She lays her shit in, and when I see her work at AOW, it's like, ow.
Oh yeah,
that
Yeah.
poor
Oh,
girl.
yeah. She's my favorite female worker outside of my sister. She really, she's incredibly talented, and I really hope if they ever do a women's tournament that she gets a shot at that for WWE.
Yeah, she's fun.
Sorry, man. There is. It's just got pictures, and I don't know most of these girls. Okay, so
okay.
we got former TNA knockout Raquel.
Sure.
Yeah, good for her. Good job, kid. God damn, dude. Okay, apparently this is all the same chick. Never mind.
It's okay.
Buggy Nova is on the card. Bunch of chicks from like the East Coast, some Japanese girls. Oh, Taya Valkyrie. I really like her. She's from Lucha Underground. She's the one that screwed Sexy Star out of the championship against
Cute.
Johnny Mundo. And I think she's taking on Ruby
okay.
Reyes.
Yeah.
And she's always fun to watch. I like her.
Yeah,
She's a good friend of mine.
Another woman that lays her shit in. And
Oh,
is
yeah.
completely
Oh, she's
brutal.
fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Last match I called of hers, it was her and Laura James in a mixed gender 4-way tag team elimination match.
Nice.
They were going against B-Boy and Mantis.
Nice.
Tag Game Strong, which is Leo Blaze and Cedric the Hitman. And then
I really like Cedric the Hitman.
oh, dude, that guy is so good.
I really like him. Like, I don't know a lot of the guys, but he's one of my favorite because he, much like our guest tonight, Famous B, I've only seen like a handful of his matches, but he's really, really entertaining. He actually gets it.
Yeah.
You know, he actually gets the business, not just that, oh, I'm supposed to go out there and wrestle and
Yeah.
work. Like, he gets that it's a show and he's entertaining, and I love that.
When
It's a
he was working Marquez's shows, the championship.
Yeah.
he was more of like the kind of enforcer, you know.
Well, yes, but he was still doing the gimmick, and the gimmick he was doing there was fantastic.
Yeah, I really, really like him. He gave me at the last show that I worked with him. He gave me a lot of pointers. He's definitely one of the vets that likes to take new guys and try to.
Which is good. I
them what's
really
up.
like to see the guys doing that.
Yeah.
The problem is in SoCal a lot of time, and Ron has witnessed me running into this, is that a lot of the guys, they don't think that if you're not like Joey Ryan, that you're not better than them or you're not above them, and so they don't want to hear anything you have to say.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, you gotta listen to people that have been there.
yeah,
You know.
The best advice I ever got when we did the show with Lanny Poffo, he said, watch everybody. That's how you learn how to wrestle. Don't just watch the good ones. You need to watch the bad ones too, because then you learn what not to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. All advice is great. Take everything. You never stop learning. Even like you brought up Joey Ryan. He's probably still learning.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I sat there and I watched MVP watch the entire freaking PCW show that we were at, and he did bell to bell until he had to be out there, and then when he wasn't watching the matches, he was talking to me, which was fucking cool. But he was giving me pointers, telling me how to do my interviews, how to make the guys look big and strong, you know, compared to me, who's not big or strong. Supposedly.
Yeah.
Before his re-signing, Brian Kendrick did a handful of AEW shows, and like every time, no matter how big or small they were, he would be at the curtain watching every match. And when you walk behind the curtain, he had something to say, good or bad, to everybody. And I thought that was
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Makes me want to do that. You know, I'm nowhere near Kendrick, but I definitely want to pass on knowledge of stuff that I see.
Well, we need to get you booked in more places too, man. You just driving out to the desert, dude. I love you. You know I do. But I don't want to drive out to the desert to watch you fucking wrestle.
Oh, no. If I was hunting bookings down, I'd be working elsewhere. But
Yeah.
I got my little corner.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Let's branch you out. You could be bigger.
Yeah, but then he has to work harder. No, it's not, I'm the same boat as him. Like I'm not retired by any means. It's just nobody calls me. So I'm not gonna go look for bookings and beg. And I'm not gonna fly myself. Like there's some guys I know that like literally fly themselves out to places to beg for bookings, and it's like, dude, it's a business. That's great that you're getting your name out there a little bit, but you're not gonna make any money. Like I'm sorry, you're not making money on wrestling if you're just running around being a whore. Like if people want to call you and want to book you and want to pay you, that's great, but don't work for free and don't go around begging for shows. Like I understand when you're 2 months into the business, but like people know who I am.
I think
they can call me.
If you have the means to do it, I think the best advice ever is that you want to make it, get out of SoCal. Go wrestle everywhere else. If you can, even if you do front most of the money to get yourself out there.
Oh no, but that's different. Because if we moved to the East Coast and we wanted to tag, we could make a living. Like we know enough people, we could go and get booked on the East Coast, and we could get 5 shows a week, and we could scratch by, and we could buy a house, rent a house with 2 other wrestlers, and we could get by and it'd be fine. And we can make a living. But that's different. Making a living is different. But I mean, when you're like flying yourself to these little podunk towns in front of 50 people,
you're losing money.
And yeah, when you're literally just paying for yourself to get on shows, like that's great. But if you want to be a wrestler, move to the East Coast. Like if you want to be in SoCal, it's a hobby and it's fun, and that's great.
Yeah, that's why the place to make it in SoCal, like PWG, that's the goal in SoCal. Like most of them are fly-ins from the East Coast.
Uh-huh.
So.
Or from another country.
Yeah.
They get that 450 guy to come in all the time.
Well, but that's it. They're not going to put you. PWG at this point isn't going to put on a no name and make a new star.
No.
That was the goal when they started out. And for the guys that started PWG, they made themselves into kind of names, and they were able to branch out a little bit. Basically, all the guys got tired of getting overlooked and not being on the PWI 500 and wanted to be on the damn PWI 500. So they made their own promotion and flew in AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels and booked and went over on the guys and looked good. And so they got to be part of the world of wrestling. And a lot of them, it's led to bigger and better things. And I'm happy for them. But
yeah,
it definitely worked.
Before that, like all the big guys that were here, like Reyes and Rocky Romero and B-Boy, like a lot of those guys just moved to the East Coast because they wanted to be professional wrestlers, and that's what they had to do. So,
yeah, but they're coming back and they're passing their knowledge on to the newer generation.
They do, and that's why I was so fortunate to get to train with Reyes. Like I was there on a weekly basis watching, just watching him train at Bill Anderson's over in the IWC way back in the early 2000s. And I passed a lot of that knowledge on to our training classes when we were training. And I mean, learning under Reyes is just incredible. That dude knows his shit.
It's intense.
Yeah, he's intense. And then Rocky Romero is a little more laid back, but he's super knowledgeable.
The Cubanitos and training, it's like good cop, bad cop. Rocky Romero's good cop, Reyes is bad cop.
Yeah.
I don't care how fat you are, you can do this. Oh, come on. He can't, though. Yes, he can. Oh, come on. But then you end up doing it.
You just got to try, bro.
Yeah.
You just got to try it. That's it. Jesse's like, brother, you just got to try it. Brother, come on. You just got to try it, man. You can just try it one time.
Somebody goes for a moonsault, lands right on their bean. Okay, man.
Yeah, maybe that's not for you, bro.
That's not yours.
And then, back in when I was training, you got Black Steel in the corner over there. He's like, you shake everyone's hand or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Remember him. I really do. Oh, my God.
He comes to all the AOW shows with Rudy.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Love that guy.
Wait,
nice.
Rudy, not Segovia.
Luna.
Okay, Rudy Luna.
His son.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, good luck on that. That guy will kill you.
He will.
He's like 80 fucking years old. He'll still kill you.
He's on crutches, but he'll kick. I'm still scared of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't there was talk when we were over at Bobby Bradley's that I was going to end up in some kind of match with Pops and Bobby Bradley's dad, and I'm so glad that didn't happen. Like,
oh man,
I would have just got the shit beat out of me. I'd have been the whipping boy.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah. I actually would have paid for that match.
Oh yeah,
I would have paid to watch that one.
Yeah, my pro debut match was against Powerhouse Pops.
Yeah,
and I threw quotation marks in the air because that was back when nobody considered what we were doing.
Yeah, exactly. Except for Bill Anderson, who I'll take his word. Like,
yeah, and then Jesse ran into your ring, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I try to tell people, like, I've never had bad business dealings with Jesse. So like I just try to keep it. It's great. Like he doesn't pay you to wrestle. That's all. Like, you're not gonna get a lot of money working for Jesse, but he'll hook you up if he's got something. He'll hook you up and help you out.
Exactly.
And he's going to teach you how to wrestle. Like, if you go to his school, you'll learn how to wrestle.
Yeah, and plus, that was back when that was, like, really frowned upon. Like, almost like, you know, like, I remember Kid Carnage was afraid to get blacklisted for for being associated with us. Like he would keep my, he would ask me to keep my, you know, card results under wraps, you know, if it was involving him. And, but now, like, you know, with the rise of the Young Bucks and like CM Punk's DVD and the Hardys,
exactly,
and like the way the Hardys made it, now it's cool to like start your own shit. And like, look at Santino's. The Santino started in a backyard behind a house, and now they're one of the most respected schools in SoCal right now.
But let's go further back. The dungeon was in the basement of their house. The Guerreros trained in their backyard. Like this is how people do it.
Mysterio trained on a fucking cement boxing ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was no shame like in having a ring in your backyard and hiring pros to come train.
Yeah, exactly. And I never was ashamed of it, and I never have hidden from it. But
yeah, but to the
at the time, yeah. Well, but that's at the time there was like backyard dogs, like all that backyard wrestling crap was popular at the time. Yeah, guys hitting each other with light tubes and all that shit. That's what was going on at the time. So everyone wanted to make sure that's not us. We're not associated with that. And so if you wrestled in your backyard, that's what you got. You know,
I did the front yard wrestling thing for a while. we weren't scared of shit, dude. We did ours out in the front yard. We had cops block off the street so people could watch.
Nice.
But yeah, dude. As soon as they started going to they brought in a new group of guys, and the new group of guys were the deathmatch backyarders, hitting each other with light tubes and barbed wire and shit like that. I'm like, dude, no, we're not going to do that. I'll do a hardcore match where I fucking accidentally light my buddy's arm on fire, but it was done safely. It was done. It was done the way I watched Terry Funk do it.
Yeah. Well, Ron, we branched out to another backyard kind of thing. They were the same thing. They had a ring, but they weren't trained at all. Like a couple of the guys had trained a little bit.
There was like two guys that went to EWF for like a few weeks, and then like went back and said, "Hey, I know everything, so I'm gonna teach you guys." But
we were sitting at it was you, me, and Shane, my brother, and Kid Carnage, Ty Matthews, and you guys witnessed this. The first two matches were complete dead silence. And then the guy it was his house and he was the booker, had a hardcore match, right? And they like sort of almost popped for like two things. And so they did his match. He comes back to the locker room, walks through the curtain. That's how you get a fucking pop, guys. And then everyone looked at me and Shane, like the four of us just looked like, okay, just wait. And then me and my brother went out there and some guy was like, I can't believe I'm missing Sunday Night Heat for this. And I said, look, bro, we're real wrestlers. Just watch. And we literally got a standing ovation from the backyard guy, like the guys that were talking shit before the match. And like the crowd was really into our match. And so then we went back and like everyone was like, okay, that's how you get a pop. Like, so, and Ron witnessed this, and then Ron and them were in the main event, of course. And so,
yeah, that was fun times. And it's really fun to watch, you know, just the difference in just trained wrestlers and just not trained wrestlers, because I call it like I see it nowadays too. Like I call these people grocery list wrestlers, and when they're going out there and they just look like they're going through a list in their head. This move, that spot, this move, that spot. There's nothing in between. There's no facial expressions. There's no talking to the audience. There's no emotion
and no storytelling whatsoever.
None. Like seriously, on paper to the spot monkey, I'm boring as shit in the ring. But everything in between, the audience is not shutting up because I am engaging them and I'm being methodical.
And I'd like to. I know Ron's being right now, but the stuff in his matches, even if you were just a spot monkey wrestler, you would enjoy Ron's wrestling. Like Ron is not a boring wrestler. Ron, much like myself, we go way balls to the wall and do way more stuff than we should be doing as 300-pound dudes. But
damn it! See, this was my one issue with bringing both of you guys on this show, is that you're giving me the itch. And I really need to start working in a Fed again because this is pissing me off.
It'd be nice. Let's just one of us win the lottery and we'll just do our own thing, and then it'll be great.
There you go.
It's going to be great, guys. It'll be huge.
All right, guys. When we come back, Famous B, Lucha Underground, PWG. He was a rosebud at one point as well. All right, you guys. If you got any questions for him, tweet us at Heel Talk Radio or at The Jeff Maverick. Hit us up on Facebook at Heel Talk Radio. Call us on the phone. The archaic thing to do. 909-360-8330.
3 zeros, yes.
This is Heel Talk Radio.
Wanna shake up the status quo, rock the boat, break a few eggs?
Well, you've come to the right place. KaoticRadio.com.
All right, we are back. Heel Talk Radio on KaoticRadio.com. Give us a call, 909-360-8330.
Good man.
They hate it when I say O.
909.
It's not an O. And if they actually look at the O on the keypad, they... Yeah, okay, I get it. It's not an O. It's a 0. All right, going to be calling in just a few minutes. We got Famous B, the manager of Dr. Wagner Jr. on Lucha Underground.
And that is amazing. Dr. Wagner Jr. is like my favorite person in the world.
Oh, my goodness. I think we got it. Mike, is that him? All right. Is that him? We putting him through? All right. Mr. Famous B, how you doing, sir?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, B, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Doing real good. Welcome to Heel Talk Radio.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure is all ours, sir.
Oh man, you guys know I'm a heel at heart, so good to be on Heel Talk Radio.
I do. Love it. Man, I am absolutely loving the stuff you're doing on Lucha Underground right now with Dr. Wagner, man. Tell us how that came about.
Oh, thank you very much. Pretty much, with the ever since I had to unceremoniously fire my last client, Masquerita Sagrada, I pretty much told the world that I was going to get a client and we're going to go to the top. And, Dr. Wagner is just one of those dudes that it was a situation where he hadn't been in a temple yet, and he was coming in, and what better way to shock Ultima Lucha by having him debut and pretty much cash in on Son of Havoc's successes. So, yeah.
Oh, man, and I really enjoy watching Dr. Wagner work, man. That guy he's a freaking legend down there in Mexico. Bringing him up here to the States, having him kick some ass in the temple, I mean, it's kind of a dream thing for me, man.
Oh, absolutely, man. He is a legend, and it's very fitting. It's very fitting that right now, to have him come out and do his thing right here in Lucha Underground and Temple, and and it's one of those things where simultaneously it's like Lucha Underground and the amount of noise that it's been making ever since its inception, and having the good old Doc right on board with us, it's one of those things where it's like a match made in heaven,
That's awesome. Yeah, Ron here, by the way. And, one of my favorite things I've seen of you is the infomercial. That promo that promo is incredible. Take me to that day. Whose idea? How did it happen?
4, 2, 3, get fame.
4, 2, 3, get fame. That's that's the genius of Chris DeJoseph. That was one of the things that heading into season 2. After season 1, and just one of those things where we're pretty much figuring out different character ideas and things like that. He pretty much told me like this was the idea and this is where he wanted to go.
So that's cool. Yeah, they came up with that for you and just kind of packaged it for you. That's awesome.
Right, exactly. So yeah, man. So it came time to shoot the vignettes, and we sat down beforehand and we talked about it, and a lot of the energy and excitement too. Also, the idea was Chris DeJoseph's, but a lot of the energy and excitement came actually as we were shooting it. From our director Skip Jason, who's fantastic at just pretty much giving the vision of what they're foreseeing, and it's up to the talent to go out there and just deliver it exactly how it's being presented to you, and that was my interpretation of Chris's idea.
It was delivered very well, but I gotta ask, if we call that number from the radio station, will this radio show get famous?
Absolutely.
See, that's what we need, man. We need the hype of Famous B to just come and take this show to the next level, like he did with Lucha Underground. Which
that's when I started watching.
It really kind of surprised me that they brought you in as a manager, though, man, because you are amazing in the ring. The match you had with Willie Mack at the IWL show a couple of years back, dude, was just phenomenal. And that was something that they dropped on you like last minute.
Yeah, it was because actually we were going into that show anticipating being tag team partners, as we were on a tag team run.
Yeah.
During that time, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were scheduled to face the Suburban Commandos, but I don't know what happened. They couldn't make it, so Vic was like, okay, yeah, well, I guess you guys should just fight each other. So it's like, the Mega Powers explode in 20 minutes from now.
Hey, you never know. There's something there, though.
You know what? When it comes down to B and Mac going at it, there is just something there. There's chemistry. Those two guys, whether they're on a team together or fighting against each other, I mean, it's always kind of something special.
Right. I meant Famous B on Lucha Underground. We could see him as a wrestler sooner or later.
Well, okay, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. Your unceremonious departure in the Aztec battle for Lucha Underground.
The Aztec Battle Royal Season 1?
This last one, yeah, where you kind of got your ass handed to you.
Gotcha. This one, okay.
So what happened there, man? I expect you to get in there and finally show the Lucha Underground crowd, what Famous B's all about.
It was one of those things where, I got caught up in the moment, and, I had a ticket, into my first Aztec Warfare of the three, and I was excited, and I got in the ring, and I looked up, and unbeknownst to me, who am I standing across the ring with? None other than Rey Mysterio Jr.
And right there, a little starstruck, right?
Just a little bit, just a little bit. But I had to, pretty much give him a hug.
Made him
did you give him your business card while you were in there?
I did.
Awesome.
After doing a little twirl and handed it to him, and only as Famous B can and Famous B fashion, and I had to tell him, like, look, man, it's me and you to the top, baby. All you have to do is call 423, and he had other plans because he told me no. How about 619?
Oh, dude, that sucked too, man. I wanted to see you go ahead and go through and maybe take that title off of Morrison, or Mundo. Can't call him that other one anymore. Might get sued by the E.
Yeah, right, Mr. Mundo.
Yeah. That guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, my plans didn't work out how I wanted it to, but hey, you never know. I mean, that was then, the future is now, and now I have my sights set on another thoroughbred. I would like to say a thoroughbred is what I call him, the man you guys know as Tejano Jr., or as I like to say, Tejano.
Oh man, and I like that guy, man. His Best of 7 series going with Cage right now has just been phenomenal. That would be a great addition to your thoroughbred stable there, sir.
Yeah, it would be absolutely fantastic, and that's the direction that I'm headed in, and that's like you said, a fantastic addition, and all I need is for him to see the light.
Well, I'm sure if you put out another one of them fine promotional videos, you might be able to win him over.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I have a package that I'm putting together for him. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I need more of those in my life, man.
Yes, Ron needs a big package in his life. That's
Yeah.
what he's saying. But yeah, we got this is Cole here. I just wanted to say I saw you when you were very first starting out a few years ago now, and I knew immediately that I said this guy's got it. He's going to be a star. And the thing that caught me first was that you weren't just going out there like we were just talking about grocery list wrestlers going out there doing, oh, I got my thing, but you get the business. You understand that it's a performance. It's not just an athletic display, but it's a show, and you got a character. Right. What inspired you to come up with your character when you first? I mean, what inspired you to get into the business first? And then who were your inspirations in building the Famous B character?
Fantastic questions. Well, what inspired me, first of all, I must say and make note of that I've been a lifelong fan of the business of professional wrestling, ever since I was a little pup running around. It's one of the first things that caught my attention, my knowledge of the business dates back to about, the mid to late 80s, just as long as I can remember what a TV was, I was watching professional wrestling, and it's one of those things where, subconsciously, a lot of the things that I've seen, from the various performers throughout the years was pretty much, embedded in my head. So when it comes to characters, when it comes to the entertainment aspect of it, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, this is how you do it, you know what I mean? And, it wasn't until I actually got into the business and started learning the maneuvers and things like that, or just, ring etiquette, bumps and different things like that, I was able to put it all together and kind of come up with my own, spin on what my character would be, and coming from the Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy, it was one of those things where as I was going through training and when it came down to character development, we pretty much had the green light on, okay, well, it wasn't going through training, it's like, this is what we see for a character for you, or this is the direction we want to go with you. It was like, no, what do you see? You know what I mean? And, Famous B pretty much was, the concept that I came up for myself, because it was one of those things where, I always saw myself on a stage. I always saw myself doing something in the entertainment field, one way or the other. I was very heavily into music and things like that, during my high school years. And, I just kind of put it all together and kind of just came up with a hip-hop, cocky, brash kind of character, because, ultimately that is me, and of course we all know wrestling is, an extension of who you are as a person, just cranked up times 10. So I just put the best of all the worlds that I like, or that interests me, all together, and man, mixed with the passion that I have for the business, the conviction that I had, just going through training and just kind of understanding and feeling like this was natural and meant for me, to be in, and just feeling like, okay, I finally found my calling, and just all the things rolled into one pretty much is what makes Famous B.
Awesome. Hey, Mike. We
getting some weird feedback.
Yeah, that was kind of weird for a minute there. So you said you went through training with Santino Brothers. Do you remember who else was in your class?
Oh goodness, yes. Ray Rosas in my class.
Yeah, it was a really good class. I remember where did Peter come from? Was he around then? Did he go to Santino's, or?
He was around, but he did not come from Santino's. I believe he was training with Joey Ryan over at Mach 1.
Yeah, I think so. But that was a good group just in general for Southern California right around that time. A lot of you guys came up at that time. We were really good, and I was actually really excited for the future at that point, because, I mean, you and Peter and Ray Rosas are absolutely fantastic workers, and it definitely probably the best three we've seen in quite a while. Who else?
Thank you.
Who else out there have you seen recently that you think is going to be good in the upcoming years?
Oh, just in general?
Yeah, in Southern California specifically.
Oh, SoCal. Oh, goodness, there's so many. Definitely Tyler Bateman's making a lot of noise right now. Doug James, another cat that's, up and coming from Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy.
Yeah, he
he's
showed
really...
us last week. he was supposed to be our guest last week, and with his birthday, he got caught up in the festivities.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's too famous now.
He is, man. He straight no-sold us. No.
Wow, interesting.
So,
well, yeah.
And so, who else were you thinking?
Oh, Jesus! Like I said, so many good dudes. I mean, you got and Andy Brown, Adrian Quest, Bateman, as I mentioned. Not to mention Ray, who's still doing his thing, and there's just so many good guys right now, man. And the future is looking bright for SoCal wrestling. Mixed in with a lot of the veterans.
Yeah, Benny's
I'm
still
getting
out
up
there
myself. Yeah, Benny, Joey Ryan, Scorpio Sky. I'm getting up there myself. I got to mention Eli Everfly. He's another good one coming up. So we got some standouts.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'd like to see another big Fed pop up like PWG did years ago, so we could feature some of these guys. It'd be fantastic. But
well, we got Lucha Underground now.
Yes, but I mean, an indie promotion. Like AWS Bart tries really hard, but he doesn't run very often. He gets his money lined up, and then he puts on a spectacular show. And it'd be nice to get because Jesse's not going to do it. He's not going to book all the vets and pay them and what they deserve and put on a good show. So, but I'm happy for you that you're having some success with Lucha Underground. And I guess I got to catch up a little bit.
Oh, dude, you really do.
No, I saw the episode a couple weeks ago with Cage, what are they calling him?
Cage.
Yeah, they are calling him
the
Cage.
man called Cage.
Yeah, Cage and that was incredible. The two matches in a row. I really like what they're doing. Are you enjoying the fact that what you're a part of isn't necessarily your stereotypical wrestling show? It's kind of like a telenovela now wrapped up into a wrestling show. Like, how fun is that for you?
Oh, it's extremely fun. It's extremely exciting. It's extremely challenging and rewarding at the same time. It's one of those things where, for me, it's great because you get to, I get to display a different side of me that I couldn't particularly display, just with independent pro wrestling in general, in terms of acting and working with the Hollywood production and working with the, various, directors that, we work with, and just it completes you all around, and it pretty much gets you ready for the television industry as a whole, as opposed to just not only the pro wrestling aspect of it. So I feel like I'm learning so much, and I feel like I'm developing more so as a character, but not only in the professional wrestling world, but like I said, in the television industry as well. And I think that it only just makes who I am as a performer just more well-rounded and just more comfortable in my role. And who knows, it'll probably lead me to branching out and doing more different things outside of the wrestling industry.
I'd really like to see you make a guest spot on From Dusk Till Dawn, man. Tell me that wouldn't be badass. You come in as this like cocky used car salesman, and you end up being a fucking vampire.
You know what? That would be super cool.
I think that would be badass.
That would be super cool. Man, maybe I could channel my inner Eddie Murphy and be a vampire from Brooklyn, but vampire from Compton instead.
There we go.
You'll be Fang Miss B.
Fang Miss B.
Ron with the pontification.
Or how about or how about zombie?
Yeah.
See, there you go. I like that too. You could be the ghoul, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you know what, man? You work for Robert Rodriguez now. Make that shit happen, bro. Robert Rodriguez
Absolutely.
needs to call 423 Give Fame. That's what I'm saying. Give my boy from
Yeah.
SoCal some love.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, definitely this year I am focused on, just doing different things like that and, branching out and just displaying my talent in a whole new light, in addition to professional wrestling. And, it's one of those things where, just everything that I've done in Lucha Underground has inspired me to do so and want to take a leap of faith and go out and get myself out there and, just utilize all the skills and the talents that I know I have, that I know I possess, that maybe others don't, and put myself in a position to display that, and to get me a new batch of fans, and just utilize every skill and talent that I have to the best of my abilities.
Well, all of us over here at Heel Talk Underground, we're behind you 100-fold.
Heel Talk Underground. Good
Heel
job.
Talk Sorry, man.
He doesn't even know the name of his own show. That's
I mixed-
fantastic.
No, but it's cool because see, I inspire you guys. To now we have a new persona. Now you guys have a new name. Now you guys have a new alias.
There we go.
Yeah, next week we're going to be famous Heel Talk Underground radio show.
There you go.
Mundo.
See, hey,
Gotta add the Mundo at the end.
Yeah.
yeah. See how I rub off,
Dude.
on the world,
On the world, man. Especially our 300 and something fans, man. They're all excited to see you. We got that thing retweeting all over everywhere on the Twitterverse tonight. So
That's fantastic. I saw that, and that is absolutely fantastic. I'm glad everyone's tuning in to listen tonight, and glad to be a part of the conversation, fellas.
Well, man, I mean, when it comes down to it, dude, you are a part of SoCal. We're a very SoCal-based, radio phenomenon, I would say. So we always support local. We look global, support local.
There you go.
Nice. See, and I like how you rhymed it, and threw that in there like that. Put your little spin and your own flavor on it. I like it. I dig it.
All right, brother. Well, hey, now what do you got coming up in the near future? Are you booked anywhere other than Lucha, or what do you got going on?
Right now, not at the moment that I know of. I got a couple calls, but it conflicted with some personal things I had to do. But not right now that I know of. But I'm pretty sure something will be coming up that I can agree on scheduling wise. And as soon as that happens, you'll definitely be seeing it on the Twitterverse, the Facebook, the Instagram, all that good stuff.
Well, we are in a new year, so I like to know I want three names of guys you haven't wrestled yet that you want to make a goal for 2017.
Oh, that is tough because it's seemingly, especially in SoCal, I've wrestled everybody. Seemingly, for SoCal, I would have to say, even though I've wrestled him, but I would have to say Jeff Cobb, a singles between myself, Jeff Cobb.
Okay.
I think would be absolutely fantastic. My boy Shane Strickland. We've wrestled before. But we have not had a one-on-one. So he's another one I've been in the ring with, but we haven't had a one-on-one. And I would probably say for my third, just swinging as hard as I can and looking for that home run shot with the bases loaded. I'll probably have to go Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that would
sure.
be great. I'd like to see you and Cody mix it up.
There you go. That's a good one.
I
didn't
really
think about
would.
that, but
I
that
think-
would be awesome as
I
well.
think you and Cody Rhodes would put on a fucking clinic. I'll tell you that much.
yeah. Want to be
Hey,
famous? Want to be dashing?
Oh, dude, I can see the posters now.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm
Somebody
a-
needs to book that.
I'm a little offended that Candice LeRae wasn't the answer, but it's good.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no, Candice LeRae. No, wait a minute. Time out. Candice LeRae is my tag team partner. So
It's true.
we can't do battle.
Yes.
We can't
Also-
do battle. Every time we've been in the ring, we've teamed up. So.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Yeah, she is my sister, in case you're not one of our listening audience. But I have to name drop her at least once a show. That's kind of my role on the show. It's my shtick.
That's Cole's finishing maneuver, the name
That's
drop.
right. The name
Yeah,
drop.
that's awesome. She was, that's awesome. That's cool with me, man. She was my tag partner when I debuted in PWG, so I would never
Yeah.
forget that. So,
Yeah.
so
man.
yeah.
That was a really good little run you had there, too, man. I liked that. So,
Now I got one last question for you from me. Now you've been a good sport. You've been you've done kayfabe. You've been real good. You've kept in gimmick and all that. But we need a little shoot action here. You gotta have a good road story for us. Something like the best rib you've seen, like something that went awry. Maybe you guys missed a show. I know Ron's got a really good one. I'm gonna ask you about it later. But you gotta have a good road story for me, bro.
Oh man! Oh, where do I start? Oh Jesus Christ! I've had so many different things over the years. Jesus Christ! I don't know where to start. Well, there was this time I was in New York shooting pay-per-view over there with the Willie Mack, and we saw some dude crawling out of the sewer and then just walking down the street like nothing had happened.
That's
And
awesome.
we kind of looked at each other like, did you just see that? Because I swear my eyes did my eyes deceive me?
And how did you guys interpret that? Because when you tell me that right now, I'm thinking this dude was on the move. He was running from the cops. He dipped into a manhole.
No, nothing like that. It was just like it was so weird because it seemed like, oh man, it's hard to describe. It seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like something out of the Ninja Turtles. Man. Like this dude just came out of the sewer. I'm like, dude, this really happens in New York? I mean, I know I'm not out here often, but is this how it really goes down? But no, it was like a tiny dude. He looked kind of a little raggedy, you know. I don't want to. I don't.
Stockman.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word homeless, but a little raggedy-ish looking,
Yeah,
kind of small.
I wouldn't expect a clean-cut person coming out of the sewer.
No, let me tell you, it was not one of the stockbrokers down there. I'll tell you that much. It wasn't one of your Wall Street cats. It was not. No, but yeah, I mean, there's some strange things that have happened, but that one definitely comes to mind. That was super hilarious, and yeah, man, it's been so many, but yeah, next time I come back on, I'll have one prepared for you. There's been so many. I have to.
I can only imagine that event was made better by being with Willie for that. Like,
Yeah, because he was like, hey, he tapped me on my shoulder. He's like, hey, fool, did you see that? And I was like, yeah, I saw that. And he just shook his head in the Willie Mack fashion, and he was like, damn.
Dude, I can do honestly best Willie Mack impression I've heard so far. That really was, man.
You should see the facial I have for it too. Everybody always tells me I have the best Willie Mack impression with the facial I make too. So
See,
that's my boy though. I love him to death.
I do a really good human tornado. but not human tornado while he's actually working a show. This is human tornado. I just showed up at a show because I wanted to be there.
Oh, so you're talking post-tornado, later tornado, like the later year.
Yeah,
the latter year.
I'm talking like tornado probably right now at an AWS show. but you know, that's a story for another time.
Gotcha.
Real quick before we let you go, who do you want to win the Royal Rumble?
Oh.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh man!
And just to clarify, we don't want to know who you think's gonna win. We want to know what the mark, who
the
you
mark
want
in
to
you,
win.
who you want to win.
Gotcha. Because because that is a double question. So thank you for clearing that up. Because it's possible that it is two different answers. If I had to pick anyone, which I haven't given it much thought, I'm the type nowadays that when I am viewing a product, I just rather be entertained versus having like that one person, if that makes sense. But I guess in this one, if I had to pick anyone, I would say a surprise entrant and win by HBK. It's only right.
You know what, dude? I like your way of thinking.
That was my.
Hey, brother! I go against the grain. I go against the grain of like what's laid out in front of you. It's like, no, if we're gonna do this thing right. That'll blow the roof off the joint.
Oh, it totally would. It'd be completely unexpected.
Yeah, that was my mark. Right. That was my mark out dream when I first heard the Rumble was coming to San Antonio. But I think they kind of like gave the little nod that it's not happening on Raw. So.
Well, now correct me if I'm wrong too. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they announce before they announced that it was going to be in San Antonio, that it was going to be in LA?
You did, but I think that was like a hoax thread or some like fake thread. I'm not sure because
I was thinking a Famous B surprise entrant on that one. You know what? A surprise entry by the French Fries. That was Famous B's Rosebud character.
Yeah, that's why I laughed, because I was like, okay, well, me and you, we know what's going on with that one.
Yep, definitely, dude. Anytime they have like a Raw or had a Raw or a SmackDown when Adam Rose was in there and they were in like the Southern California area, I was just looking to see which ones of my friends were actually in the Rosebuds at that point. Or I look at all the security guys.
Right. Mikey O'Shea made a lot of appearances with that one.
Yeah, he did.
He did. So, all right, my brother, thank you very much for calling in. You guys have any more questions for Mr. B before we let him go?
No, I'm good. Hey, thanks for talking with us. It was a pleasure for us, and I wish you continued success. I am a big fan of yours.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me on. We got to do it again, definitely, man. I had a great time talking and chatting with you guys, and I love this. Like-minded people. Yeah, like-minded people coming together, having a chat about the business, a business that I love so much.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And thank you guys for doing what you do each and every week, and putting it out there and giving the fans the opportunity to listen to like us talk. Because hey, I mean, I love it.
We're here. I know
you guys love to do it. So
we are the voice of the voiceless.
The voice of the voices. I like it.
All right, brother. Thank you very much for calling in.
Not a problem. Thank you.
All right, and we are going to go ahead and take a quick break, pay some bills. If you want to give us a call, 909-360-8330. You were just listening to Famous B, Lucha Underground Manager Extraordinaire. We'll be right back. Heel Talk Radio.
Wanna shake up the status quo, rock the boat, break a few eggs?
Well, you've come to the right place. KaoticRadio.com.
Gotta love that freaking bass drum right there. All right, we are back. Heel Talk Radio on KaoticRadio.com. We both heard it, didn't we?
Yeah. You're the one who keeps giving me shit about chewing gum on the air.
The obligatory
you're the
gum smack.
professional, and then you're the one who comes on the air.
My bad. Shit
Smacking your
happens.
gum. It's all good.
Suck it. All right. So, dude, great interview.
Yeah, it was
Famous
fun.
B, man. I
Yeah,
freaking love that guy.
I enjoyed talking to him. He's adorable.
Yeah.
He's adorable.
You know, but that's one of the things that people don't really understand about the business. If you're just a good dude, it'll get you so much further. Because there's a lot of guys that get a lot of work that aren't very good, but they'll get booked over an asshole who's a little bit better than them because people would rather work with them and rather be around them. I mean, there's a lot of guys that like to burn a lot of bridges, and some of them get to WWE somehow. I don't know TJ brings, but it happens. Like some guys are just dicks.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. He finally did it.
He did it.
I don't
He
know what you're
did it.
talking about. I just coughed a
That
little bit.
fucking allergy of yours,
Yeah,
man.
but
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
like some people are just dicks all the time. Like they we know, like the freaking raging dog, that piece of shit. Like there's some people that are just assholes, and like they flame out in the business unless they're incredibly good. But
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not here to shit on anybody, but there are some people who bake a batch of the frownies, and they just kind of kill the mood for a lot of people. And no names on my part. You guys can throw out names, but
Like who?
I'm not going to.
Like who?
raging
There's-
dog,
I'm not. No,
Beastman,
no, I'm not doing
Beast
that.
Man.
uh,
Fucking He-Man.
Skeletor, Dark Side.
Now we're naming the fucking Legion of Doom, like the DC Legion of Doom.
I'm name dropping Rod because he doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings because he's way too nice, and so he's like super fucks given, and I'm no fucks given over here. So
I like everybody.
He does. Ron does genuinely get along with everybody.
Yeah, like what he pointed out to earlier. Like if you're just a generally good dude, you'll get work over the asshole. Nice to meet you.
Now, to be fair, I've never been an asshole to anybody, and
No.
I've never had beef with these people. Okay, other than you.
I wasn't saying you were an asshole. I was just saying that I was nice, and that's probably why I got bookings.
No, well, you're also good, so like it works in your favor.
Well,
like,
you're cute, but seriously.
no, like you're also like people don't just give you titles and put you in main events because you're nice. Like that's not a thing. Like I get on shows because I'm nice, and like I get to do like the jobs in the opening match. Like that's
you get to get kicked in the face by the wannabe Arab
exactly.
and get your
we're
face
doing a
busted
guy
open.
a favor by trying to make his kids look good, and he sends me out there with these unsafe assholes, and then I'm bleeding everywhere. And oh well.
Yeah, it's
Shit
good times right there.
Yeah.
And
where were you when all this happened?
we were getting multiple votes for Tag Team of the Year for our 3 matches.
Okay, but to be
Yeah.
fair, you paid the dude off to put you on the ballot. So
And 2 of them were us.
Fair.
Yeah.
all right, see? Fuck you. So we got the Royal Rumble coming up in a couple of weeks. And Cole and I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I talked it over with you last week a little bit.
Because you can do that now.
I can. I have his phone number now.
We're working on something a little fun, right?
I'm thinking a little fun. Well, the Rantaholics, our Wednesday night show, ran by our glorious leader, Brandon. They did something with the NFL, the run go ball. Mm-hmm. You know, that thing with the oblong, it's brown ball.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to kick it unless you're one dude on the team.
There's 2 guys on the team that are allowed to kick it. There's a punter and a kicker.
Okay. Sure.
I mean, some of us are going to do man things and watch the NFL playoffs this weekend.
You know what? No, that's one fucking dude who has 2 jobs, okay? And he's got a name that goes up one wrist and down the other, normally. Anywho,
What are you talking about?
This weekend, I'm going to watch the crowning of the UK champion.
Yeah, nerd stuff.
that's a thing?
Yeah. Oh, this weekend.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
WWE.
Nigel McGuinness, is he the one getting it? No,
Oh, yeah.
no, he's
No,
the
he
one
can't
giving
wrestle. No one will let him wrestle because he's got
They let
he's
him
got a
announce
blood
it.
disease. So
They let him announce it.
yeah,
That was really cool.
I did see that, and I'm just making jokes. I looked at the bracket, and I didn't see Zack Sabre Jr. on there, so I'm like, fuck it.
there's a lot of European guys that
there-
can work, so
There is,
you'll be
and
fine.
but I don't know any of them. And
You don't have to know them to watch a good show. Like you
This
just
is-
know it's going to be good.
That's what I'm most excited about. Like
well-
most of them I don't know, so I'm like, oh,
Discover.
you guys.
That's
Yes.
That's kind of the way I'm going with it. I don't know any of these guys, but it's a way to find out more about these guys. Like I said, there's like a handful of UK dudes that I know right now off the top of my head, and all of them are working mostly in America now anyway.
But
So-
just look at the scoreboard and just wrestlers over there in general. That show's gonna be great. If they're putting out talent like the way they have been the past since wrestling's been a thing,
Yeah.
then we'll be
Yeah.
just fine. We'll be entertained. We're gonna see some wrestling.
Yeah, let's go back and just on that note, everyone go home and watch a couple Billy Robinson matches and just say thank you when you text me later. And I mean, he was the kind of the first guy, the first European style wrestler who branched out into America, and he did a lot of work was in the AWA, and this was like really early 80s. He was the predecessor to William Regal getting out here. But I mean, there's a lot of guys like Johnny Saint. Like, just watch some of these. I mean,
yeah,
the
dude,
guys-
definitely Johnny Saint. And then take a look at some of the guys that are more famous now. Nick Aldis, who wrestled in TNA as Magnus. The guy is actually really fucking good. Douglas James, or not Douglas James.
No.
Try
again.
Doug Dirtle is his real
Yeah.
name. Fuck, why can't I?
I don't know.
You know which guy I'm talking about.
I have
though,
no
right?
idea who you're talking about right now.
Moving on.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's go talk about Pac.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
look-
Let's talk about the repackaging of Neville. That's
Yeah.
just awesome right now. I think that
Evil Neville.
Yeah, I think that's what's saving the Cruiserweight show, because they kind of put it out there and it was cool, but it just didn't get the oomph. There wasn't that.
Yeah, because they didn't focus on the characters; they focused on the lamest, most uncharismatic person they had.
Yeah, I'm not at all happy that the Cruiserweight title is already a slut. So I think.
They screwed up. They screwed up, and they had to fix it.
Well, I think once Neville gets that title, because I think that's where they're going. They're making him this unstoppable monster. Because look at him next to all these guys. He looks like Brock Lesnar compared to these guys. Yeah. So, and they just have him basically going out there and just eating these guys alive.
Yeah.
And so when he finally gets that title, the prestige is going to finally be there. If they let him hold on to it, they dropped the ball with the Miz thing twice. They could have just kept. I'm not even going to go. We talked about that last week with the Miz.
We did.
I mean,
I don't know why anyone still gets mad. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm so over it. Like, I didn't even get mad when Jericho beat AJ Styles because I was like, whatever, it was a good match. I am only watching one show, like 3 shows a year. So as long as the show I'm watching is entertaining, I'm good with it. Like, I don't know why anyone expects them to give someone a real title reign, to like give anyone a real push, to give anyone a real storyline. It's never gonna happen. It's microwave wrestling now. You've got 4 minutes and then the popcorn's done and then we're on to the next thing. Like, it's over.
I honestly was a fan of the decision of Styles not winning at Mania against Jericho. I think that was more for Jericho than anything, because Styles was going to move up regardless, because he's just Styles. I think he's unburiable at this point. Like, when he came in a little late, but he came in also when he's AJ Styles.
Yeah,
like
that's fair,
there's
but-
no turning back.
That's fair, but we're talking about, like, I'm talking about for people, like, if you're going to ever branch out away from, like, you've seen wrestling fans, like, basement trolls. If you ever want to get away from that as your fan base, you have to actually start booking stuff that makes sense. If I watch WrestleMania and I watch AJ Styles lose fair and square in the middle of the ring to Chris Jericho, and then next month AJ Styles gets right after that, he's the number 1 contender. Like, what about that guy that just beat him?
Yeah.
Like, why is this guy the number 1 contender? He couldn't even beat a 45-year-old dude who's washed up, who's still trying to dress like a teenager. Like,
Is he washed up though?
No.
Yeah,
No.
not quite.
No.
Not quite, but he's
Not
definitely
even fucking close.
He's way past his prime, and he's not nearly as good in the ring as
dude.
he was 20
You know
years
what,
ago.
man?
It's not bullshit. He's not
it
close.
Is bullshit.
It's not close.
Oh, it's no. To be fair, yes, he has slowed down because of age. But look at him. Like
that's this is the beauty of professional wrestling, because it's not necessarily all about the stuff you can do. Mm-hmm. It's about how you do stuff. And so to that point, he still is capable of having great matches.
Yeah,
but
physically,
he is not the best wrestler in the world anymore, period. By any means, he's not like he was 15 years ago when he was clearly the best wrestler on the planet after Austin and Rock in that era.
And I totally understand that, but like Jericho now versus Jericho like 2011, when he was just kind of starting to not give a shit, he was becoming a little fat.
Oh yeah.
This post DDP Yoga Jericho, like he's having clinics like weekly with guys. And
dude, his matches have been the match of the night every week for the past 2 years.
And he's
I
like
understand that, but look at the rest of the people that are competing for match of the night honors. I'm just saying, like, these guys are all great athletes and they have good matches, but these guys are not telling stories. Like, once they get Shinsuke Nakamura up there, then he'll have someone who legitimately can compete with him in the ring as the guy who's going to steal the show every night. But like, other than Claudio Castagnoli, other than Cesaro, like, the other guys they're good, but they're not A plus level guys. These guys, WWE is a roster full of guys that wouldn't be stars in any other era. Like that, that's just what it is. I mean, it is what it is. These guys are all good workers. They'd have been okay, but like, they would have been buried by Mr. Perfect and Rick Rude. Like, they would have been buried on the card, like down in Dynamite Kid territory. Like, guys that are just sort of charismatic and are good in the ring. Like, they'd be out there with Coco Beware. Like, that's who we got a full roster full of Coco Bewares, and then there's like a couple really great guys. Like, Cesaro for me is fantastic. I mean, dude, he might be in that conversation for best wrestler on the planet right now. Just in ring, like professional sports entertainer, whatever you want to call him, he's not that. But as far as in ring work, like, you can't do much better than him. It's like him and Shinsuke Nakamura, maybe AJ Styles, and then like there's a big drop off to that next guy.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, of course, and everyone might call me up and tell me I'm full of shit. And this
dude,
is the
ain't
best
nobody
era
gonna
ever,
call
but
you up. Nobody's gonna call. I would like to see somebody call. I mean, we had a guest call in tonight. But
no, that's fine. Like, seriously, call in right now and tell me how Kevin Owens is somehow better than Mr. Perfect. I like dare you to try to tell me that Kevin Owens, who would be like an 80s mid-carder, who's a main eventer, is somehow better than Mr. Perfect or Ravishing Rick Rude or Jake the Snake Roberts or Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, seriously, he's not on that level. He's great. I like him. I'm entertained, but like, he should be like third match, and then let's move on to the real wrestling.
Well, I mean, that's all. That also speaks to the generation gap too, because what makes a star now is not what made a star then. Back then, guys were not easily accessible, whereas guys getting over now, they're getting over on social media more than they are on TV. Like, they get the audience behind them on the internet, so that way they can go see them live.
Yeah, fair. That's a fair conversation, but they're getting people behind them at a third of the rate they were doing in 20 years ago when there was none of that.
Because they weren't so easily accessible, so they were more of a what is it?
You had to watch Monday Night Raw to get
or you had to turn on the TV that one time a week to see them. Yeah, there was no network. These guys were legit gods to you because they were so not accessible easily.
Well, shit. I remember back in the day, it was hard as fuck to even find a wrestling school.
Oh yeah.
I mean, unless you knew about Jesse or
because they didn't advertise it.
Yeah,
you didn't advertise a wrestling school 20 years ago.
No,
that was not a thing. You weren't on the internet and putting out flyers. Like, you had to find out about it and want to seek it out. It wasn't like, hey, let's just come down and we'll take your money. We don't care.
Yeah, it was all accidentally. Like, before I met Tyler in high school, Kid Carnage, Ty Matthews. Sorry.
Yes, there we go.
I'll get there. He basically just said, "Yeah, I'm a wrestler." I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, you're a wrestler. Like, I'm a wrestler in my backyard. like on my mattresses." He's like, "No. Like, I went to school." I was like, "There's a school?"
Yeah.
So that was a big like eye opener.
Yeah.
When
that
I
was
saw
the same
that
thing.
whole
That was the same thing for me with Johnny Starr. Like, it just we were in marching band and I wore a WWF T-shirt. Like, that's literally why I'm in the business.
Okay, so funny thing about Johnny Starr, I went to high school with his wife, Desiree.
Yeah, with Desiree, who
Yeah.
does who I just like to give a quick shout out to Desiree. She does the most fantastic family portraits and pictures. She is fantastic.
She really does do a good
highly
job.
recommend. Photos to be desired, but go ahead.
No. Seriously, give her give out the phone number, give out the website, dude.
If I had all that info, I did.
Of
This is off the
course.
top of my
I
head
know.
because we brought it up. But
Yeah, well, you brought up Johnny Starr, and it just reminded me that I wanted to tell you. Yeah, I went to high school with her, so there you go, Desiree. Cool, you got yourself a California hillbilly.
there you go.
Which,
But-
if I'm not mistaken, she did like FFA shit too. So.
But I'd just like to say, by the way, that we've gotten way off track about our Royal Rumble conversation that we started in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
About having a little fun on the show here.
So rewind. So Rantaholics did a thing where they each picked a team. See, I could pick up exactly where I left off.
Yeah.
Where they each picked a team, and whoever's team came in last place had to do a torture, and the one that went like second to last did a torture.
Yeah.
The guy who won got like a gift card to beat, or no, the other two guys had to chip in and buy him wings for that night.
Oh, nice. See, there we go. If there's a prize, especially if there's a prize in there, that'd be great.
So
Yeah, I'm down for prizes. I'm one of those guys at the party where if you like, all right, now you got to do this. No, I won't.
all right,
No. See, if we're gonna do this, the punishments have to actually happen. Like everyone has to be on board and be a good team player and agree that this is going to happen. Otherwise, we're not doing it.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now? We were just gonna go ahead and pick people.
Well, I mean, okay, we need to have this conversation with Ron before we decide for him that this is the way
we're,
it's going
we're
down.
deciding, captain of the ship.
Well,
This is-
go
this
ahead.
is
I
not
pitched
a-
this idea when we got here.
This is not a Ronocracy. It's a.
If you're gonna do it right.
I was trying to think of something to go with democracy. It didn't really work.
It's a Ronopoly.
A Renopoly.
yeah, this is a Ronopoly, but he's the guy.
So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put names into a hat, and we're each gonna pick a name, and that'll be our guy for the Royal Rumble.
Yes. Yes. As I said, we need to wait a couple weeks. So once we know everyone that's in, and then we'll throw I think it'll be fun and great to throw some like NXT guys in, and then maybe even like a couple
That's because
random
he's hoping
legends.
he gets fucking Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, no, because that would be that's who you asked that question to Famous B. Who do you want to win? Is Shinsuke Nakamura? That's who I want to win. But yeah, we'll put all the entrants that we know of in a hat. Maybe throw some surprise, because there might be a surprise, guys. We could just put surprise entrant in there as the winner, whatever. But whoever's person
I did
gets
like
eliminated
his
last,
answer.
right?
Yeah, his Famous B's answer was really, really good to that one. Surprise entrant Shawn Michaels. I mean, it's something that could definitely happen.
If he hadn't already gone on Raw and said like, "Oh, I would love to do it," then
Yeah.
then
But see, to
they
me,
would have
that-
kept that under wraps.
To
Yeah,
me,
for
that
sure.
kind of planted the seed of maybe he will be.
No, I
why
think
would they
that
do
was
that?
more like damage control, making sure that everyone knows this isn't happening. So
Yeah.
let's
Please
not.
don't show up
Yeah.
because you think I'm gonna be there.
That was dumb.
Like
He might be there. See, I would definitely have him be there.
He
But
is gonna be there.
Yeah.
He already straight up said he's gonna be there. They just didn't say that he was gonna be an entrant or
yeah,
not.
specifically said he's not going to wrestle. Right, is what happened.
pretty much, yeah.
So in one.
So there's got to be like some sort of like side like loophole to the game. If you pick, if you enter a surprise entrant and by some miracle he or she is in there.
Yeah.
You get some sort of stipulation. We can come up with that
Well,
later.
what it comes
We
down
can figure it
to
out.
is that if your guy is in there longer than the other two people's guy,
Okay.
then you are the winner. Whoever's in second longest gets a less harsh torture.
Now, let's not say. Okay, see, now we're using vague words now because we're saying longest. So if I get number 1 and he's all the way in there to 20, you're talking about who's in there last.
Yes,
last
who is in there
eliminated.
last
yeah, we need to be
eliminated.
specific here
Okay.
because I will loophole the shit out of this if you use.
But my
vague-
guy was in there for an hour.
That's right. Yeah, damn straight.
But he was eliminated first.
The other option I was thinking would be really cool is if we had to pick the person who will be in the longest but not win. So like second to last, third to like who's in the final four, but not wins the Royal Rumble, because I mean basically it's gonna be like we can't all pick the same person. That was the reason I came up with the hat idea, because otherwise we're all just gonna be like, well duh, we know that it's gonna be Roman Reigns, or like we know basically who's going to be in the final four. Like it's kind of that's just the way it goes. Like we've been around the business long enough, we know what's gonna happen to a certain degree.
Hence the clarification when we ask famous.
Exactly. So that's why I was thinking, if we do something like that, even if we decide that we want to be, okay, we know that, say, Kofi Kingston is not going to win the Royal Rumble. Like, I think it's safe to say, like, we can maybe decide to scratch his name from the list, because that's going to suck if you get Bushwhacker Luke. Like, you know, if you drew one of the Bushwhackers on this, you know you're losing and you're getting a punishment, and that might take some of the fun out of it. So, we obviously haven't got all the kinks worked out to the listening audience. Maybe if you guys want to hit us up on Facebook or call in and throw some suggestions, that'd be a good idea. But we're working on this. It's a work in progress. We are going to do something with punishments and have a winner. We just haven't nailed it down quite yet.
No, and you guys also have to realize out there, between the three of us, we know most of the promoters in Southern California.
Yeah.
We may be able to work out something where one of us gets tortured in the middle of a ring at a
would be
particular
fantastic.
show.
That would be great.
So, well,
We'll figure these out.
I know for a fact that Bart is interested in coming into the show. He was very adamant about it not being a call-in. He wants to be actually here in studio.
No, I love Bart. He's a good dude.
We all love Bart. Bart's freaking great. He puts on some of the best shows here in Southern California.
Oh yeah.
So we will have Bart come in soon, and maybe we could work something out with him.
That'd be great.
Because we know his shows get some really fucked up people coming to him.
and he's pretty much at every AOW show.
Yeah. Well, Bart goes to a lot of.
He does. The dude just loves the business, man. He really loves wrestling, and he's the one guy that is booking a show. He's not a wrestler. He's not booking himself. He's not trying to get himself over. He's not putting himself on the mic, and so he's just putting on a show that he would want to watch as a fan. And it comes across in his shows like, I want to have a fun show, and you know he doesn't book these super elaborate storylines. He doesn't have 20-minute promos. He's booking a wrestling show. Like, he overbooks the crap out of his cards because he wants to make sure everybody gets their money's worth and that it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's not like it's freaking expensive to hit up one of his shows.
No.
He's selling front row tickets for $30.
Yeah.
Which is
very reasonable.
Very reasonable, especially with the caliber of talent that he is booking. I mean, it's not uncommon to see Sabu come in. Yeah. In fact, one of his shows coming up, he's got Blue Meanie coming out. I freaking love Blue Meanie. In fact, we're going to get Blue Meanie on the show here soon. It'll be a call-in, obviously, but...
That would be fantastic if that happened.
We're going to.
Okay.
It's already in the works.
Yeah. Yes, so, you said that about a lot of guests, though.
Hey, they're all in the works, okay? As long as I am emailing and Twittering, then it's still being worked out.
Just because Douglas James didn't call last week doesn't mean he's out of the works.
Yeah, just because like 4 guests before that also didn't show up.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
They eventually showed up like 3 weeks later, maybe. But it's cool.
Now that I'm here, they'll call.
Yeah.
You were here last week and he didn't call. Shut up.
Now that we're on the Ron Stoppable Cole train, this is going to be.
And the mute button.
Yep.
I want to talk.
No, you are not allowed to talk anymore. Fuck off. This guy. All right. You got your privileges back. Take the gum out of your mouth.
I just put the gum back in my mouth. I figured I was done for the show. Put me in the corner. You put baby in the corner.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're not as hot as Sarah, whatever her name, Jennifer Gray.
Yeah, Jennifer. There you go. Nice try.
I got her mixed up with Sarah Jessica Parker.
That is not the same.
Bro, they had the same nose for a good minute.
Yeah, but one...
And then she chopped off her nose and lost all her notoriety.
Yeah. That's what happens.
And the other one turned into a foot and married Matthew Broderick. So, sorry, I have a particular disdain for Sarah Jessica Parker.
I think most people do. Horseface over there.
Yep.
Hey, Hocus Pocus, she was fine as hell.
Yeah, that was a fun movie. My kids have been watching that recently.
Yeah,
it's great.
Good for them.
All right. So, as far as this thing goes, what kind of tortures do you think would be in play?
Oh, I totally. The first one that came to mind is that when I win, I get to pick all the music for like a month on the show, like only stuff off of my.
That's fair. I'm not getting naked. I'm not eating bugs.
Yeah, no Joe Rogan stuff. Like
shit, man. There goes that naked eating bug challenge that I was going for. Man, I used to be into hot things, not so much anymore. I did the last time I did a torture show on this station. I had to eat a Carolina Reaper pepper.
Oh.
And I got through it, and I was good until we left and we went over to the Mexican food place, and then I feel bad for whoever had to clean that bathroom up.
Oh, man.
It was bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't even like. No.
See, and that's the kind of thing we can't be like, oh yeah, I would totally do that, because then it's not.
I'm a puss when it comes to regular spice.
Yeah, like black pepper. This guy will.
Are you kidding me?
No, but one time we were at Buffalo Wild Wings and I got a habanero wing and I just cried for hours.
See, what they had to do on Rantaholics was whoever lost, had to wear a Care Bears onesie and go and make an order at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. See, something simple like that.
Okay.
Maybe a little embarrassing. Not
the guy who got number 2 though had to eat the fucking super flaming hot wings from Buffalo Wild.
That's fantastic.
I didn't see that as being fair, because wouldn't you think that the one where you're gonna go through some fucking pain?
Well, okay,
that should be like last place, dude.
A little bit of painful diarrhea isn't like quite in private. And then the public embarrassment. Like, it just depends on what you're more okay with.
They live streamed it. Dude had snot coming out of his nose and water coming out of his eyes. And I mean, it was bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I say that is worse than having to put on. I would wear a Care Bear onesie into fucking Buffalo Wild Wings.
Anyway, I mean, obviously dressing like an idiot is not a punishment for me. Like, that's just normal everyday attire. So this is not a big deal.
So like that to me, and it was Brandon that had to do that. And he's a vain motherfucker. That guy has got an ego bigger than this room. And I hope he's listening. You fucking little midget puck bastard. You should have done more with that freaking costume on. I'm serious, dude. Like legit, I would have played that shit up. I would have taken pictures with people.
Rode your bike around, just like around Rancho Cucamonga, and
hell yeah, dude. I would drive a rickshaw. I would literally
offer people rides.
I would offer people rides around Rancho Cucamonga in a Care Bear costume. No freaking problem. But that's the kind of dude I am.
Yeah.
I like having fun. To me, that sounded like fun.
Exactly.
Eating 6 super freaking hot wings is not something that I'm really prepared to do ever again.
No, that's something that I would quit the show for. Like, I mean, like, that's not happening. We're not doing that. So we can agree, no hot shit. We're not eating anything disgusting.
I will gladly welch on a bet. It'll be good. It'll be good live radio too. Like, I can only imagine. Like, oh, you got to do this? No, I don't.
Yeah, that's entertaining right there.
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing is that, I mean, on one hand, you kind of have to agree to it. On the other hand, there is a couple of things that are off limits. Like you, I'm not going to get naked, mainly because I have children who go on the internet.
I'm not waxing my taint. Okay, that we can put the like. Can we eliminate that one from?
Whoa, wait, hold on. I have one of those ab machines.
Okay.
At the house.
Yes.
One of the ones where you duct tape them to your abs.
Yeah, you electrocute yourself.
That could be yours. If you lose, we're gonna electrode your taint.
No, not the taint. We're not.
The taint.
We're not going anywhere near my testicles. That's not a thing.
I mean, you can.
Your testicles aren't a thing. We know, but
that's a little too close for my comfort zone.
All right.
I don't need guys rooting around my taint area.
No, we'll let you do that.
Okay.
We'll
I'll
have
just
Mike
say I
push
hooked
the
it
button.
up.
Yeah, he doesn't need guys being around his balls. He just needs his balls being on guys' phones.
So throw me under the bus.
Wait.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, because my
Road story?
No, not a road story.
He's like, just story from earlier today.
No, but okay. What was the movie?
What was the movie?
What was the movie? Waiting. So when Waiting came out, I like to show my brain off.
So we were doing the game.
Yeah, I was playing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
we all played the game.
There are a good handful of my friends that have definitely seen The Brain and maybe in their inbox on their text message machine. That is a thing. That's happening.
He says handful.
I texted the goat out to a full list of dudes that I went and saw that movie with.
No, I have
You
another.
must have excellent reach, or did you have someone take that?
I had somebody take the picture, of course.
There you go.
Is that a smell fee?
I mean, there definitely was no brown eye in the picture.
Nice.
Oh. Okay.
The other one I like to do, which I came up on.
Wings?
No. I came up with this on my own. I call it depending on how gifted you are. It's either the hot dog or the Dodger dog. Where you take the balls and wrap them around the
I've seen
meat.
That.
Yeah, so
I've done that one.
but when it's bred as is, it's the Dodger dog. So shout out to my cousin who's probably not listening.
He might be. He does listen every once in a while. I love the guy.
The Dodger dog.
One of my best friends.
Mostly because he's a Dodger fan, but also because he has a freaking huge cock. So there's that.
Hence the reason he's got that hot ass wife. I mean, there you go. She's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You don't need
I had nothing to add to his dick.
Yes, you do.
He's like, I can't speak on this conversation. I have no information.
Then you got the wristwatch.
Yeah, the wristwatch. Yeah, Nick Swartzen. Guys, I can't read my watch, bro. Is that your fucking dick?
Or the chick on the Neighbors movie with the necklace.
Oh, it's good times.
Yeah.
The one we were talking about on the way here is the Roman helmet, where you drop the testicles in the eyes and let your cock dangle over their nose as a Roman helmet when someone passes out at a party. It's good times.
Oh, that's what we said we were going to do to engineer Mike, right?
The Roman helmet, yes.
Spectacle testicles.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch?
Mm-hmm.
What, we're in Catholic school now? You're trying to show me the divinity?
No, it's a tea bag for your eyes. It's called boggles.
Oh.
Oh, this conversation has delved into a realm that maybe listeners aren't fond of.
The numbers are plummeting.
Or rising.
Or rising.
No. So, yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I thought we were going to do our whole Royal Rumble chat this week, but I guess we can use that
for
sure. No, we're going to have a special Rumble show next week, right before the Rumble.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Excited.
Maybe 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, week after.
As long as everyone can be here, right? We hope so.
As of right now, I don't have shoot jobs. So,
okay, cool.
I mean, I have a shoot job, but I don't work
so
on
what
Fridays,
we're saying is we'll be texting about it. We'll have a conversation, and we'll, listeners, really send in some suggestions if you can help us out. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll reveal our punishments. And
if you want to put one of the suggestions that I wrestle Buggy Nova, I am totally up for that. I have no problem whatsoever.
And she totally is not. So
I know. All right. Well, Ron, go ahead and plug that AOW show one more time before we get on out of here.
Oh, yes. AOW presents Unleashed in Victorville,
All right,
California.
and we're done with that now. I hit the wrong fucking mute button. Damn it. All right, no, go ahead.
That's a good thing you're bad at this. So AOW will be coming to you live, Victorville, California. It presents Unleashed, the...
Dude, you killed Cole.
Oh, I did.
You killed Cole.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
Cole, please step out of the room while you're having a laughing fit.
So back to professionalism. AOW presents Unleashed. It's their biggest show. The main event is going to be Mike Nux versus Bad Dude Tito for the AOW Heavyweight Championship. And that's the only match I know so far, and that's the only match that should get your ass there. So AOW, Hilton Garden Inn in Victorville, California. Be there.
And what about you, Captain Dipshit? You got anything to add?
I don't know. It'd be cool. I might actually roll with you to that one. Go check it out.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, man.
It's going to be fun.
I haven't had it. Ron has it. I'm glad Ron kept it together. He hasn't inspired a good Cole laugh in a while.
We need to have a segment on this show. It's Cole's laugh or Ron's impression of Cole's laugh. Yeah. Whoever guesses it gets a prize.
This is an inside joke. Goes back probably a good 12 years now, something like that.
Yeah, Cole has a very distinctive laugh. You heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, just a smidge.
If you get a good explosion out of him, it just sounds like a 100-year-old smoker with just the highest register possible.
You know what, dude? We got to get Rick Rome in here. Rick Rome's laugh is something.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you. I actually went and did 10 minutes at Tobacco Lounge a little while back, and Rick Rome was there, so that was fun.
Did you get the laugh?
I don't know. I think he stepped out before I went. I might have got one little chuckle out of him, but yeah.
Honestly, if I'm doing a show and I hear Rick Rome bust out that laugh, I know what I said was fucking hilarious.
No, okay, see, here's the problem I have with your hypothesis, right? The most he was laughing was at the opening guy who bombed terribly, and we were all really kind of laughing, like me, Brett, and Rick Rome were laughing, but mostly because it's that the guy was actually saying these things on stage as if he thought they would be funny, and like, they just were not.
Do you happen to know who it was?
No, but he's a newbie. Like,
okay.
He's just starting out, but it was
Dude,
fun.
it is not easy to go up. I mean, honestly, wrestling is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, but going up on stage at a comedy show,
oh yeah,
where you are literally the center of attention.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough, especially since the only 2 times I've done stand-up has been at Tobacco Lounge, and it's always when Brett texts me, nobody's here, come do 10 minutes. Like,
yeah.
Thanks, bud. Like, cool. Because I text him all the time, like, stuff that I'm just thinking about that's funny and whatever. And so I'll go out there, and, like, this time was a little better. There were at least, like, 10 people paying attention. The first time, like, literally, there was only comics there. Like, it only comics. I'm serious. And so it was just like, okay, I'm talking to myself for like 8 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. But then,
yeah.
Although I did do well at Brett's roast. I did well, but I tell him all the time I could do 45 minutes on him because he's the easiest. Like,
well, see, and my problem there was, number one, I didn't really know. I mean, I know your cousin. He's a good friend of mine. But I don't know any of the nitty gritty.
Oh yeah.
So I was trying to make fun of
that.
I'm trying to make fun of shit that I would make fun of myself.
Yeah.
To him, and it just didn't work. Most of those other comics did a shit ton of shows with him, and they hang out. Me being a dad, I do shows. I go up there, I do my time, I get the fuck out. Anyway,
like right now,
playing us off with one of my favorite fucking little crews. Actually, it's just not the crew itself. I like Edge and Christian. Gangrel's all right. Still my favorite intro.
Yeah, it was cool.
So,
very
all right,
unique.
That's our time for
and very Friday the 13th centric. I'm glad. I don't know how we missed that in 2 hours.
Yeah, because we're always bad luck. We don't need one day. We got 365 of them. All right, for No Fucks Given, Cole Dawson and Ron Kilborn, I am 5 Card Stud Jeff Maverick. We are out. Peace.